Hey, thanks for joining me. My name's Mish and today's video is all about gold leaf. I'm going to share with you top hacks that will show you how to get precise gold detailing exactly where you want it, how to protect your artwork during the process, how to get the most out of the materials you've spent your hard-earned money on, and how to effectively clean up afterwards. Okay, let's get into it. Tip number 1, masking and protecting your artwork. If you're wanting to achieve a clean geometric shape with your gold leaf, then you may want to mask off the area with masking tape before you apply the gold size. If you want to create parallel lines, you can use the tape itself as a guide. This is a really handy technique used by airbrush artists and it works just as well in this situation. One concern with masking tape is the risk of it damaging the surface when you pull it off. I would always recommend using low tack masking tape, but if you only have high tack or you just want to be extra safe, then you can de-tack your masking tape yourself. To de-tack the tape, simply select a non-fluffy material like your sleeves or a pair of jeans and stick your tape to it. Give it a rub and then remove it. You'll notice that the tack of the tape has been reduced, and this should reduce the risk of it damaging the surface when you remove it. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a correct way to remove masking tape from your artwork, and that is to pull it very gently and slowly horizontally in the direction of travel rather than pulling it upwards. This reduces the risk as much as possible of removing the surface of the paper. You may decide that you want to protect the majority of the artwork under the masking tape with a piece of card and actually provide a solid barrier. Also, if you've planned your piece badly, like I did in this case, and you want to protect a whole strip of gold leaf, then this is an ideal way to do that, and then carry on gold leafing a different area of the artwork. Tip number 2, cutting your gold leaf to size. Once you're ready to start applying the gold leaf, you can actually cut it to the size required rather than using the entire sheet in one go. This saves loads of wastage. It's best to do this with a brand new scalpel blade so it's super sharp, and make sure you pull the scalpel horizontally along the whole length of the blade rather than dragging with the tip. This ensures you avoid puckering the gold leaf and tearing it as you cut. I've learnt that the hard way. Tip number 3. How to achieve precision placement of the gold leaf. Gold leaf can be really fiddly, and it's also best to avoid touching it with your fingers. So with that in mind, I really like to use tweezers. This gives you much better control and allows you to see what you're doing and where you're putting the gold leaf without your fingers actually getting in the way. Tip number 4, how to do burnishing the easy way. Burnishing is the process of applying pressure to the gold leaf to make sure it sticks to the gold size. But obviously you need some barrier between the gold leaf and your fingers. And for these small detailed areas, a post-it note is absolutely perfect for this job. Simply stick it to your fingers and away you go. Tip number 5, saving your excess. Once you're done brushing away, you'll be left with a pile of excess gold leaf. Now, if you're a crazy hoarder like me, you will not be able to throw this away because it's too pretty. So what I like to do is keep it in a jar. I've actually found this incredibly useful when it comes to fixing little tiny holes in the gold leaf. Rather than cutting a new sheet, I can just dip into my jar anytime and find a bit that will fit. Tip number 6, the glitter bomb cleanup. That's my favourite one. Once you've done your brush away and stashed your excess in your little pot of gold, there will still be gold leaf absolutely everywhere. So you need an effective method of getting rid of this before you consider selling your artwork. Now this is where our trusty friend masking tape comes back into play. Simply create a loop of masking tape around both fingers and then methodically work your way across your piece, dabbing at the surface. This will remove any excess tiny fragments of gold that just won't budge with a brush. This is actually a technique used by makeup artists to remove glitter, but it works just as well in this situation. Of course, de-tack your masking tape before you do this because you don't want any last minute accidents to happen to this artwork you have spent hours working on. So if you found any of these tips helpful, please do like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Also, if you've got any hacks or tips of your own, I'd love to hear about them. Cheers, thanks for watching.